Donald Trump once again taking credit for overturning Roe v. Wade and saying women in the United States should not have the right to make their own reproductive healthcare decisions. All that and more now on Graf's Grievances. New York Times columnist Maureen Dowd had a very simple question for Donald Trump exactly 8 years ago this month. When you were a swinging bachelor in Manhattan, were you ever involved with anyone who had an abortion? Trump responding, quote, "Such an interesting question. So what's your next question?" The then expected 2016 Republican presidential nominee coyly refusing to answer whether any of the scores of young women he boasted about having sex with ever had an abortion. Trump, who may or may not have paid for an abortion or two, then going on to win the presidency and oversee the elimination of the right to the medical procedure nationwide. And while some more adept politicians might have chosen to tiptoe around their role in appointing the Supreme Court justices who were instrumental in ending the rather popular half-century precedent, Trump was happy to take credit.
The fact that I was able to terminate Roe v. Wade after 50 years of trying. They worked for 50 years. I've never seen anything like it. They worked, and I was so honored to have done it. Well, I did something that nobody thought was possible. I got rid of Roe v. Wade. And by doing that, it put pro-lifers in a very strong negotiating position. Nobody did a job like I did, including Roe v. Wade, bringing it back to the states. What I did by killing Roe v. Wade, which everyone said was impossible.
Yep, Trump gloating that after 50 years of failure, only he, your favorite president ever, was able to kill Roe v. Wade. Evangelicals and conservative Christians rejoicing in the streets. Their bet on a twice-divorced alleged rapist paying off enormously. Now they could get to work banning abortion in as many states as possible. And just 2 years out from the Dobbs decision overturning Roe, 14 states have now made abortion illegal, including the second most populous state of Texas. Plus, another 7 states have implemented abortion restrictions between 6 and 18 weeks into pregnancy. This overwhelming crackdown on female reproductive freedom sparking backlash among not just Democrats, but independents and Republicans. According to a new poll from Fox News, yes, Fox News, a record number of voters, 59%, now saying abortion should be legal, with 2/3 favoring a nationwide law guaranteeing abortion access. Support for legalization up 12 points with self-identified conservatives and up 11 points with self-identified Republicans. Overall, just 7% of Americans say abortion should never be permitted. Yet remember, thanks to Donald Trump, that is what 14 states have done, virtually banning abortion outright in their states. Strong support for reproductive rights also seen at the ballot box, where every initiative protecting abortion access since the Dobbs decision has won, including in the deep red states of Kansas, Kentucky, and Ohio. This forceful pushback to the Trump-enabled effort to criminalize abortion nationwide, leaving many to wonder how Trump would position himself as he seeks a second term against President Biden this fall. Well, today we finally have an answer.
Many people have asked me what my position is on abortion and abortion rights, especially since I was proudly the person responsible for the ending of something that all legal scholars, both sides, wanted and, in fact, demanded be ended. Roe v. Wade. My view is now that we have abortion where everybody wanted it from a legal standpoint, the states will determine by vote or legislation or perhaps both, and whatever they decide must be the law of the land, in this case, the law of the state.
Trump saying he is perfectly fine with states banning abortion outright and adding, quote, "At the end of the day, it's all about the will of the people." Trump's clarification that he believes reproductive freedom is a states' rights issue should be a political catastrophe for him. Democrats can now even more credibly blame Trump for the deeply unpopular radical abortion bans being implemented across America. And Democrats can explain to voters why all of their liberties, including federal protection against racial segregation and the right to marry a person of the same sex and the right to marry a person of another race, are all at stake if Trump wins a second term. Because remember, according to Trump, your freedoms do not and should not be protected by the federal government. Trump will continue appointing Supreme Court justices who maliciously disregard the Equal Protection Clause of the 14th Amendment, which prohibits the states from depriving any person of, quote, life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor denying to any person the equal protection of the law. Yet, in Trump's America, this constitutional guarantee that all people are treated equally under the law does not and will not exist. And those who suffer are traditionally marginalized groups, including women, people of color, immigrants, and LGBTQ folks. Don't let this happen. Thank you for watching Graf's Grievances. Let me know what you think. Please like, subscribe, share, and join me in the next one.